Greetings, Goddess Body Mind Spirit community. This is Tyrone Milade, your Goddess Guru. And y'all know I love helping women align with their life purpose using the power of ancient wisdom and the goddess centered lifestyle. I thank you all so much for hanging out with me this week. It has been, or actually, it's been over a week that I've been coming on and talking about the Spiritual Aspirant Initiation. It's been fun. I'm like, yeah, I need to go live more. This has been amazing. Thank you all to everyone who has joined. We've had 7 women join so far. There's 3 spots. I don't say that to create FOMO because that's not this kind of thing. It's do you hear the call? That's what matters the most. And so let me let you know that there is one more live stream. It's the finale. And so I will have 3 of my sister priestesses on with me because part of what happens whenever we do initiations within the Sacred Feminine Mysteries community, we all pitch in and help and come in and answer questions. And maybe some of them will make some, do some sharing based on their expertise. But yeah, you'll get to meet 3 of my sisters. I'm so excited about that. There were 2 that were on along with me and Azizi. Azizi is a spiritual aspirant graduate, and they were on Saturday. So that was a lot of fun. Details about the Spiritual Aspirant Initiation are on the All Access page, which if you look in the description box of this video, the details on how to get to that All Access page are there. And so if you have any questions about anything, feel free to ask me. I've had people ask me questions because they're trying to really figure out, because my thing is yes or no. This is what I want to create for everybody. Is this for you? If it's a yes, come on. If it's a no, I love you and there'll be another time, or you can work with me in a different way. But that's the thing. Ask the questions that you need to ask. I love the questions. I don't feel intimidated by them. Thank you so much when you ask the questions, because it helps me to understand how to be even more clear about what this really is. Okay. So if I'm missing something, let me know. Anywho, so that'll be tomorrow, Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, if I had that correct. Anyhow, I think that's right. So let's see here. You'll see me looking down at my notes because today what I'm going to do is, this week I'm just like tapped out, keeping up with my inner circle and, inviting people into Spiritual Aspirant Initiation. Oh yeah, guess what? I'm going to go do a hypnosis training this weekend too. I really want to, bone up on my expertise when it comes to hypnosis. So I'm doing a training this weekend. So I was like, you know what? I need to talk about this lunar eclipse. So I'm going to do it in this video. And also the affirmations that I share will be from, they're based on Taurus. Okay. Because this full moon eclipse is in Taurus. So let's talk about it a little bit. The lunar eclipse is this, what is that date? Friday? Yeah, this Friday. Y'all will see me looking off to the side because I have a second screen here that's bigger. So yeah, the lunar eclipse is this Friday. And yeah, it's going to be in Taurus. And so let's talk about that a little bit. I'm really going to kind of like give you my thoughts on it as I look at the chart. So the moon is in Taurus, but you always have to look at a full moon at what's right across from that sign, which is Scorpio. And Scorpio is lit right now. Scorpio has a lot going on with it. Of course, the sun is there, which is what makes this a, let me see, do I sound okay? Which makes this a full moon. So the sun is about genius. It's about, it's about creative genius, and it's this divinely wise energy. And so, it's about higher wisdom. And so Mercury is there also, which is about communication. It's about ideas. And then Mars, it's not super close into this, but I don't care. It's in Scorpio. So, and it rules Scorpio, so it matters. Um, and so Mars is all about passion and drive, action, forward movement. And so I honestly believe, because Scorpio is such a spiritual sign, that this moon is going to be highly spiritual. I don't know about you all, and it might be because I'm a Scorpio rising and a Taurus moon, but this time for me has been exceedingly spiritual, and I'm very spiritual, but it just feels like otherworldly. It feels very otherworldly for me. And so I honestly believe that we all will be finding ourselves experiencing deep spiritual insights during this moon, because it's a full moon, so the full moon illuminates things. And so I think we'll be experiencing some deep spiritual insights, that these will be revealed, spiritual ideas, um, spiritual insights that will come through to us with this moon. Um, yeah, deep esoteric wisdom, because that's what Scorpio is. Now, Scorpio also is our wounding. And so it could be that we begin to um, we get revelation. And my hope for you is that you open yourself up to receive a healing, to receive some revelation of perhaps how to look at something that has happened to you. Something that I'm becoming resolute about is helping everyone to understand the importance of putting yourself at what we call in the NLP world at first cause. And that doesn't mean that we, invite wounding into our space. What that means is that whatever's happened, we're going to do something about it. Like what we can do something about, we will do something about. That we don't have to accept and receive just whatever has been handed to us. No matter the impact that it has had on our lives, we can make a choice to move past it. And for some of us, we have to even realize that we have that option. But this moon can do that for us. This moon can give us that ability to see that there's wisdom, there's otherworldly healing, there's astrology, there's healing modalities, shaman. If you want to go work with a shaman, go work with a shaman, that you can utilize in order to move yourself in a direction where you're not walking in your wounding. It's no need for us to be walking in our wounding when we begin to open ourselves up to, like, okay, I'm empowered. This notion of, yeah, stuff might happen in my life, and uh, I can't control what other people do, but what I can control is, what I'm going to do about my life. Okay, this is a, this is a moon of empowerment, and I say that because we have over here Pluto in Capricorn, which is a very supportive energy to Scorpio. Pluto actually is one of the co-rulers of Scorpio. And Capricorn actually is more of like a get real. It's an energy. It's also about empowerment and success. Um, and so Pluto and what it's doing here is saying, hey, you can step into your power, but you're going to have to make that choice to step into your power. Okay. So this is a moon. One of the ways I describe this moon is it's a moon of empowerment. And I do invite y'all to. So for me, I don't really get afraid of the spirit world. Um, and I know some people are a little bit creeped out by it, but at the end of the day, it's here. It's like it's there. And the more you engage it, then you're less fearful of what comes through. And the only reason I'm saying that is because part of the way we will step into our empowerment is we've got to step into this other world and be willing to engage the non-physical, be willing to engage, deeper mysteries and deeper esoteric knowledge. I will say, you know, I didn't launch Spiritual Aspirant Initiation because sooner, because I was like, oh, heck to the no, am I doing it during Mercury retrograde? But I was like, this is just universe, baby. This is just the goddess working with me to be launching it at such a deeply spiritual time. I was like, this is what's up. This is lit. So you know what, new initiates, we starting at the right time, baby. We starting at the right time. Okay, so yeah, that energy there in Scorpio is definitely asking us to go deeper and to have the courage to be passionate about taking your life to the next level by digging deeper. This is what I see in this moon. So let's see here. Now, the moon is actually down here in Taurus and it's exalted. A moon in Taurus is a moon that it doesn't get better than the moon in Taurus. Okay, like the moon in Cancer, that's rocking, baby. But planets have what are called exaltations, where they work better than good. They are almost like untouchable, all powerful, right? And so the moon is exalted. This is an auspicious moon. This is a prosperous moon. Now, cool believe the full moon is always got stress in it, because we have the moon opposing the sun. And when does opposing sound comfortable? Never. Okay, so that's what opposition means. It's a push and a pull, right? And so yeah, there's that stress in there, like the struggle between the practical and the spiritual. What are we going to do with this, right? The struggle between, maybe I know the spiritual knowledge, but I don't know how to apply it. Or maybe I'm really good with like taking action, but I don't always take action that's, guided by wisdom. You just feel like you're doing surface type living here in this, material world. And so, yeah, there's going to be that push and that pull. Um, and I think that we're going to be pushing and pulling to get spirituality to become more a part of, our practical way of living. And so, but make no mistake about it, this moon is about manifesting. And so I think it's so important to um, understand that, look for what is manifesting first and foremost. Look for what is manifesting. But also I wrote down, the moon, whether people, especially if you have a moon in Taurus, heads up. Okay. Especially if you have a moon at 20 degrees or later in Taurus, heads up. Be cautious. Be real cautious of your health. I've just seen a lot happen when these full moons happen on people's moons. I've seen a lot. I've experienced it. I've told people, and for sure my inner circle and maybe some other places, that I had a full moon happen on my moon last year this time. Well, it was on the 31st. I remember the day. Full moon in Taurus, just a regular full moon, right at the degree of my moon. And that moon has set the tone for this whole year of me fighting, kicking, and scratching for my life, for my health, I should say, not my life, my health, because I ended up getting COVID right after that moon. And I've seen, like, my dad had a full moon birthday, and dang, oh my God, the aftermath of that full moon, just a regular full moon, which he's a Leo and he's a Cancer rising. So it was even more impactful for him because, those are his planets. But it is like my dad's life is very different. He's okay, but it was like a series of a lot that has unfolded that has been difficult. And then I know someone else who works with me had a full moon birthday, and she was sick as a dog. This is somebody who's I don't think she's really usually sick. She was sick as a dog on her birthday. So let me tell y'all something, but I'll tell you this applies to everybody, because let me tell you, Taurus, or the moon in Taurus, this has to do with taking care of yourself. So I encourage everybody to really take stock of how you're taking care of your body. Okay. Let's see here. Now, a moon in Taurus can bring somebody who really has good grounded emotions, or people find hanging around them to be very grounding. So, maybe we won't have a whole lot of emotion go on. It's a lunar eclipse, so let's not get our hopes up, people. Okay. Um, let's see here. So yeah. The other thing that I'll say about this moon is Uranus is in this moon just because it's in that sign. Okay. I'm not super legalistic in astrology with certain things. So we're going to talk about this Uranus being in this Taurus. Baby, we better start getting used to this Taurus and Uranus stuff going on because our world is about to be changed and rocked. So yeah, and see, Mars and Uranus are opposition at this time. So what is Uranus? Uranus is about up leveling and making progress. It does have to do with society. So who knows what's gonna unfold, maybe when it comes to money, when it comes to food. I don't know if y'all have heard me talk about one of the goddess community members, Dee. I love, love, love watching her post because she is really leading the charge. And, we need to do something about this food chain, how folks acquire food, this food industry, like that's coming up, the supply and demand chain, all of that. Yeah, this is part of what why we're seeing this is because Uranus is in Taurus is completely changing. Like I think that we may actually begin to see more um more advocacy for the earth. I hope that all of y'all do something to love on the earth. I really do. Uh but Uranus is going to be bringing it. Uranus is going to be bringing the funk, and with these eclipses happening in Taurus and Scorpio coming up, you know, earthquakes, and I'm not trying to speak anything into existence. I'll say it this way. Don't be surprised if you see more earthquakes and volcanoes erupting. Maybe that's what's going to happen. I don't know. I don't like predicting that kind of stuff though, y'all. I'm not trying to scare folks or whatever. Part of it is I like folks to see astrology really can help us to understand why are we seeing what's going on in the world. But in your personal life, the way that I described it is passion and drive versus progress. We want to make sure that those are balanced. And so, one of the things that I thought was important is it's important for us to move forward on our progress, or excuse me, we want to make progress, but we don't want to make progress unless it's, we want our forward drive to be guided by wisdom. And I kind of feel like people might feel a little bit stuck. And see, Uranus is going to be like, no, you can't be stuck. But by the same token, it's really important for us to see where are we stuck? What direction do we need to be moving in? Where do we need to have more courage and drive to go in that direction? If we're stuck, use this moon to open yourself up to the energy of getting unstuck. Um, the other thing that I thought about too is the work started in Gemini and Sag with these eclipses will continue with this eclipse because the eclipse points are actually not in Taurus and Scorpio. The moon is, and the eclipse points are close to the moon and the sun. But these are in Gemini and Sag. They haven't actually moved over into Taurus and Gemini. And so they're not there with this moon. I'll put it that way. And so what I want to just say to you is there's been some work you've been working on for a year or so, or whatever you feel the call is in this change to make, this shift to make. It's going to be continued through Taurus and Scorpio. And so again, Taurus is being practical. It's a very grounded energy, and it is about it's at the end of the day, it's about manifesting some ish. Okay, you want to manifest some stuff. It's about health and well-being and self-worth and self-value. I think that this is something that's going to be highlighted for some people. Maybe you're not feeling like you can make progress because you don't feel like you deserve to make progress. Maybe your self-worth and your self-value prevents you from having that courage to move forward. That's something else to think about. Scorpio is the energy of deep esoteric knowledge, healing. I see it as a healing moon. Now, both Taurus and Scorpio are money signs. So some of us are going to be like really needing to make progress on money topics. It could be you need to be working on your money. Maybe there's some money over here, debt, taxes, yeah, your partner's money that need to be looked at. But it could be, what's highlighted for us is where are we stuck? Where do we need to be making some progress? How can we make this progress? Because there will be some ideas coming using esoteric knowledge. Okay. Maybe, there will be a moment. And let me tell you, I encourage you to open yourself up to this energy on that day. This energy lasts for 6 months. We will see, let me see here. Uh Scorpio. Oh, Aquarius. Around Aquarius season is when we're gonna see uh it's gonna be like this big, it'll get highlighted again. I'll say it that way. We call it the peak. It peaks in Aquarius time. So it's sort of like you see what's going on. Be working on it now because when we hit Aquarius, it's going to be really coming up like, hey, are you making progress? Are you not making progress? And is your forward movement even really inspired by wisdom? This is something I think is really important with this moon, to have your forward progress and, inspired by wisdom, esoteric. Follow astrology, follow the cycles. And this is one of the reasons why I'm all about stepping back into ancient ways, because I'm like, man, they knew what they were doing prior to me stepping onto my spiritual path. I felt sort of like life just happened to me. It seemed like this was just a random world. But now I'm like, oh, no, this ain't just no random world. Okay, I understand what's going on. I understand my cycle at the very least, and I understand what I'm supposed to be working on. Okay. So we do have the energy of uh, Jupiter and Neptune also in this moon. Um, Jupiter is wisdom. And so what I thought about that was, I'm going to ask you this question. What wisdom has come forward that you are not listening to? Okay. What wisdom is coming to you that you are not listening to? It's important to follow that wisdom in order to get the up level. Maybe you were told what to do in order to get your up level, um, to make progress, and you didn't do it. Okay. And the reason I say it that way is because of how Jupiter's interacting with this moon. Jupiter's like, hey, I'm not going to hurt you, but I am going to remind you of the wisdom that you're supposed to be following. Okay, so let's see here. What else? And then Neptune. The way I see the Neptune coming through, oh my gosh, this is when you love Neptune helping you. Okay. Um, Support from the other side is apparent. We may notice that support from the other side, you just feel so like, I don't know who's helping me, but I just know you're there. It could be your ancestors, it could be your guides, angels, whatever you work with, the animal totems, the directions. And you just feel like, okay, I'm so supported. And maybe with this moon being a full moon, you'll notice it. With it being an eclipse, baby, you're going to be like, let's just go on ahead and ride this thing out together. I don't know who you are, but it feels good hanging out with you. Okay. So yeah, Neptune is spiritual, Pisces is spiritual, but it's this energy that has to do with something that's unseen. Okay. Maybe some deeper mysteries will be revealed to you. Also, just because it's Pisces and Scorpio combined. Oh my God, this is going to be amazing. But yeah, that's a very supportive, loving, abundant energy that's adding to it. Let's see here. What else does Neptune do? Neptune is in Pisces. That's miracles. I think some of us may, if you don't get the miracle, maybe you see you already got the miracle or the miracle gets put into play. Okay. So I'm really excited for that. Let's see here. What else do I want to say about this moon? And then I talked about Pluto. Pluto is bringing in this energy of empowerment. Oh, I didn't even think about Venus. We're going to include Venus in this. We're going to include Venus because Venus is sort of like telling uh, Uranus and Mars, hey, fellas, why don't we just chill out a little bit? Okay. They probably, might not hear her because those planets, Uranus and Mars, man, that's some energy right there, baby. Uranus might listen to her the most. Like Uranus is actually under the domain of Venus. So Uranus might just be like, all right, we're going to get some surprise blessings here. We're going to give some surprise up levels. So I really hope y'all see that. I didn't look at that. And then her connection to Mars is just going to be more of like a grounding energy, softening Mars down. Maybe the blow won't be so hard. I really do think we're going to get some blessings of healing. Honestly, I just feel that with this moon. I was listening to one of my teachers, my astrology teachers, and she was saying that this is a moon or an eclipse that will begin to bring out, it'll be a good moon for healers, for people who are spiritual and esoteric. All of 2022 is good for those of us who are spiritual, but especially people who do healing work, spiritual work. She even said it's a moon that will be bringing out the witches. So, or, maybe making people more comfortable with that aspect of themselves. And I know sometimes that scares people. There's this quote, I haven't posted it yet, but I might have to. Yeah, I'm going to post it, where it's like, why, something to the effect of, it's crazy that, everyone questioned and killed the witches, but not the ones who killed the witches, right? It's just like witches are bad. Okay, said who? Said who? I don't care what the culture is. Witches have been oppressed. They have been yeah, it's been horrible. We all know the witch's wound is real. Don't matter what your ethnicity is. Okay. So, I just feel like the more people who step into that, the better. And I'm not talking about Wicca. I'm just saying it's important for women to operate from our magical selves. Okay. Let me see here. What else do I want to share with you all? So yeah, this is a very powerful and spiritual moon. Let me see here. What else did I say? I call it the moon of empowerment. And I'm going to say the up level and progress. Okay. But it is one where action is required. So I hope that this has been a helpful sharing for you all. I'll come back with the full moon party that we have each month. Next month, let's see here. The next full moon is going to be in Gemini. So that's going to be real interesting. So, wow. Okay. But yeah, thank y'all so much. And let me know see, I have my spirit guides talking to me. They were like, girl, you didn't do the affirmations. So I only have, I think, 3 affirmations. And let's do this one right here. I allow myself to enjoy freely. And the reason I think this is important is there's something about enjoyment, and this is related to Taurus. There's something about enjoyment that paves the way for more abundance. I just feel like this energy of oppression and this patriarchal society that we live in, hard work and hustle culture, has made us poo-poo on pleasure. And so there's a reason that this is coming up. It's not cliche. And, the more you hear people talking about it, it's actually a reason for it. I think it's a revolutionary act to bring down this hyper masculine society that we live in. So I allow myself to enjoy freely. Are you allowing yourself to enjoy life? What are the simple pleasures that you enjoy indulging? And, I was looking, I keep my TV on QVC just to keep noise on for my dog sometimes. I'm like, I didn't know that QVC is just like, I don't know. I just like not having commercials. It's just one long like talk show commercial or whatever. But I see so many interesting things. And today they had on there something like some type of flower. And I thought, who buys these? Like, why would I buy somebody this flower? It's a bulb. It's really cool too. I was like, this is really cool. And I was like, maybe some people just buy stuff because they like it. Huh. And I'm a Taurus, but I lean more to the practical. It's like, okay, everything needs to have a reason, a meaning. I'm very practical. I don't I buy stuff that I enjoy, but it's not all the time just for the sake of having it. And I was like, huh. I might need to like amp up my just my comfort level with just I buy stuff because I enjoy it. Oftentimes, another thing I'll think is there's so many people out there suffering in the world. Why would I buy something when maybe I need to donate my money, to help people who are suffering? And, it just feels disrespectful to all the people suffering in the world. But, it's still, we want to make sure that we are living pleasurably so that we can invite more people. We don't want people to stay suffering. We want to begin to raise up this pleasure energy. And it starts, as I said, first cause with us. The other reason I think pleasure is so important is it's good for our health. I just don't know many people who are super unhealthy. I mean, let me know. What was I going to say? I think that I'll just say it that way. The more we are engaging in pleasure, the easier it is to invoke health. That's what I really want to say. Because I'm not trying to judge nobody's health and well-being. We all been through some stuff, right? But I do know oftentimes when we have our health crises, we got to slow down and enjoy life a little bit more. Okay. So how are you allowing yourself to enjoy life more freely? Invoke that. If you are doing that, celebrate. I persevere through unexpected changes. And so I love this because of Uranus being in Taurus. It's going to create a lot of unexpected, especially with the eclipses moving into Taurus and Scorpio. It's going to create a lot of upheaval in that Taurus area of life. And wherever Taurus is, you don't really like a lot of change. That's an area where you like stability. Okay. So one of the best ways to operate is just to begin to program yourself that no matter what happens, I persevere. Okay. Because it might be some unexpected changes that pop off for you, especially if you are Taurus and Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius. But I'm also going to put in there those Geminis and those Sagittarius. I'm not letting y'all off the hook because these nodes are still in your sign. So those signs might need to just be really embracing this, but all of us want to, you know, embrace this. I persevere through unexpected changes. That's a very good one. And just a nice full moon one. I am overflowing with joy, love, and gratitude. Let me tell you, that's one of the best things to do with this particular moon is to celebrate, to be grateful, and to put yourself in that place of overflowing joy and love and gratitude because that's just eclipse energy. Eclipse energy is an energy of surrender. And the more we embrace what we're going through and have that joy, love, and gratitude, the easier the faded change is. I need to see. I think I posted my Eclipse masterclass. Let me see here. I think I posted it. And if I did, I will put it in the description box. But I think I posted the Eclipse masterclass if you want to buy it to get more details. Like, what does this mean for you? This masterclass is good for. Uh, did I post it? Maybe I didn't post it. Masterclass 2021. Yeah, no, I didn't post it. I'll get it on here if anybody wants to buy it. But yeah, so that you can get more details. And I update it, whatever you pay for it, you would get updates through next year this time. But yeah, it's just really good to understand that eclipses are fated events. Fated. Okay. And I'm saying it that way because we want to embrace the change. We want to embrace the change. Change or be changed. And so I just say change. And one of the best ways we can do that is to really open ourselves up to gratitude and celebrating what have you accomplished, right? All right, thank y'all so much. I appreciate you. And let me know if you have any questions, let me know your thoughts. And please come back and let me know, did anything pop off right away for you with this eclipse? I would love to hear that. All right, take care.